We welcome you to this broadcast of girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports. We are here at Russia Local Schools where the Tri-Village Patriots will take on the Russia Raiders. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Copeland, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, Unoxil Supply, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, The Jewelry Barn, and NKTelco. You're looking live here at the Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium at Russia High School. My name's Brandon Coverman. Alongside me, Tanya Hammonds. And Tanya, we take a look at this, and I mentioned it in the JV contest here before. This is one of the most premier matchups really all season that we have here on NKTelco Sports. 6-0 Tri-Village against 6-0 Russia. You take a look at the Tri-Village Patriots. A little hurt tonight, not going to have Morgan Hunt, their second leading scorer, at 12.3 points a game. But Tri-Village has a lot of talent nonetheless outside Morgan Hunt.
One of the big keys for Tri-Village tonight is their height. The Raiders are dealing with Kate Sherman, who I'm thinking is around 6 foot, 6'1". When they have to guard two girls that are two bigs, it makes it a little difficult. So if Tri-Village can keep those bigs in them to keep their underneath game, their under the basket game going, that's going to open up some things for their guard, senior guard Riley Sagaster, and leave her some open looks.
And the Russia Raiders on the other side, 6-0, dealing with some injuries. Simone put off. Carly Scott been out the whole season. Getting a little bit of their depth tested early on in the year, hoping to get both those players back here soon, but they're both out tonight, so injuries on both sides. But the Raiders playing really well. They played really well in a 61-11 win against Houston on Saturday.
The Raiders do a fabulous job of half-court trapping, getting you caught in the corner where you can't get out. And that's where their guards, who are abnormally tall, can play some damage for you. You got CeCe Borchers at 5'9", and Reese Gubo at 5'6". I think she's a little taller than that. But they get their arms moving, and they can cause you some havoc.
Yeah, and taking a look, it's 6-0. The Raiders 6-0 for the first time in 5 years. This is the 2017-2018 season. You take a look, and this could be a possible regional preview as well.
This is definitely tournament basketball at its best. Unfortunately, it's early in the season where some of the Raiders haven't got their legs yet. They're coming in late from volleyball season, and they're still trying to get their legs. Fortunately, they don't pick up Fort Laramie until January, so that gives them some time for league play to get going. But this definitely could most definitely be a regional game, which will be a ton of fun. This game's going to be fun.
Yeah, and with the injuries, it does take a little bit of that intrigue out, but it should be a good one here tonight.
I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different. We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back here to Russia High School at the Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium. Let's take a look at our starting lineups brought to you by Emerson Copeland. First, taking a look for the Tri-Village Patriots. We start out number 4, 5'7" senior Riley Sagaster. Number 11, 5'6" freshman Sydney DeLong. Number 21, 5'7" senior Tori Richards. Number 24, 5'10" junior Bella Black. And rounding out the lineup, 6'3" freshman number 45, Kennedy Hagar. The Tri-Village Patriots are coached by 19th-year head coach Brad Gray, over 300 wins in his storied career at Tri-Village High School, one regional championship, a multitude of district titles. His team looking to break through and get back to the regionals after 2 straight regional runner-ups. Now, on the flip side for the Russia Raiders, the starting lineups, number 3, 5'9" senior CC Borchers. Number 4, 6' junior Ronnie Poling. Number 5, 5'6" senior Maya Manin. Number 13, 6'1" senior Kate Sherman. Number 14, a 5'6" senior Reese Gubo, rounding out the lineup for head coach Paul Bremagen, sitting at 497 wins on his career between Russia and 4 years at Troy. Let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza for Tri-Village and Russia here, Tanya. What do you think are the keys tonight?
The keys for the game this evening for the Raiders, I believe, is to get the ball pushed up the floor and be able to score in transition. Also on defense is being able to trap and disrupting Riley Sagaster and being able to penetrate and either dump off or go to the basket.
And taking a look at our officials tonight, making the calls, Dan Holland, Paul Mappy, and Greg Stanley, the guys in stripes, and we are underway here at the Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium. The basketball controlled by the Tri-Village Patriots. These teams met in the district finals 2 years ago in 2021, which ended up being the last game that Andy Zimmerman coached in his 5 years at Russia. As the Patriots start, Raiders tip the ball out of bounds. They'll stay with the Patriots. Sagaster will take it out. Sagaster committed to Marshall University, Division I school in Conference USA. Hagar with the basketball. It's on the inside. Tri-Village throws up the shot. It is good there by Bella Black. Orchards, the Patriots coming out playing 2-3 zone. Raiders saw some zone Saturday against the Houston Wildcats. Hit a lot of threes against it. Monin going to fire up a 3. It's long. No good. Hagar pushing the floor, and Hagar hits the bucket. Nice pass from Riley Sagaster. 4-0 Patriots on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. And the Raiders kind of a little too quick on offense. Not a great start for Russia. And Raiders get a turnover. Raiders looking to push the break. Gubo, left wing. Gubo drives on the inside. Shot no good. Tri-Village off and running quickly. Patriots on the inside. Off-balance shot, no good. Borchers looking to push the break. Borchers weaving on the inside. Borchers to the basket. Shot no good. Raiders will get the rebound for Borchers. Out to Gubo, and the Raiders will reset the offense.
CC Borchers can be just as dangerous at penetration and trying to score as Riley Sagaster can be. So that's one thing that the Patriots are going to have to control this evening.
Kate Sherman with the bucket, lead scorer for the Raiders last year. She hasn't really had a game where she's gone off yet, so maybe this is the night that she kind of has that breakout moment. She was a Shelby County League Player of the Year on the volleyball court. And Borchers gets the steal. Borchers looking to push the break. It's left side Gubo. She stops in transition, fires, and like many times before, she hits a 3 from the left wing, and the Raiders take a 5-4 lead on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. After that hot Tri-Village start, they get back in, and it's an and one Riley Sagaster. You know, Tanya, she's going to shoot the 3 ball a lot. If you take a look at her stats, over half her shots come from beyond the arc, but she's showing that she can drive and penetrate in the lane as well.
After watching her these last 2 seasons and watching her in some tournament play, I really felt like, she's going to shoot from the volleyball line, from that 10-foot line. She's going to shoot from there, and you've got to be ready to go. But she's more dangerous when she penetrates, in my opinion.
Ronnie pulling the basketball, jump shots. It's no good. She follows her own rebound, goes back up and in. And, Tri-Village going back to that zone. You think it's because Hunt's out and maybe they're concerned about the depth? Maybe a little bit, Tanya?
That would have to be my guess. And let's make the Raiders make that shot. They've proven that they're hot from the 3-point line this year so far. Reese Gubo has been super consistent behind the arc. But you never know. You make them make that shot.
Bella Black off to a very nice game. We talk about Sagaster, and she's off to a great start, though. Bella Black with 4 points. Another very good 3-point shooter in Monin, but she just missed it off the iron. Richards with the basketball. Richards to the basket. Kicks it out to Sagaster. 2-point lead for Tri-Village. High-scoring first quarter here. Sagaster on the inside. It's no good. Rebounded by Poling. Borchers up ahead. Borchers weaving through the defense, gets it poked away. Tri-Village has got a fast break if they look up the court. And Raiders going to come and double. They give it to Hagar, out to Richards. She's wide open. She's deadly from that 3-point line. Just missed it. Hagar with the offensive board. Kicks it out. Patriots on the inside. Back out Sagaster. She's going to fire that long 3. And Sherman will corral the rebound. Borchers out to Gubo. Gubo gives a shot fake. Back out Borchers, 9-7 first quarter. Borchers 3 off the iron. Patriots with the basketball. Sagaster going to go behind the back, try to go on the inside. Back out Tori Richards. Richards on the inside. Bella Black with the basketball. 4 points in the first quarter for Black. The junior playing really nice. She just missed that shot. Might have got away with some contact.
If I remember correctly, Black had a really good game last year, and a lot of it was just like that. Sagaster would dribble penetration and dump out to her and Gray out in the corner.
And nice movement by the Raiders against that zone. Nice assist by Poling to Kate Sherman. 9-9 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Right side, Richards with the basketball. Gives it out to Black. Back out to Sagaster. Looking to penetrate. Raiders cutting off her lane. She's going to quick fire a 3. It's no good. Rebound falls down to Borchers. And Coach Paul Bremagen wants a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. All
That's
timeouts.
Probably a good timeout.
Yeah.
The legs are getting a little tired there, as we saw, I believe, in CeCe Borchers' last 3 that she took. That was a little short. I think that was legs.
Yeah.
Good timeout.
All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. We'd like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replay of this game Friday, December 16th at 5 p.m. and Sunday, December 18th at 7 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. So 9-9, I mean, it's been a pretty solid first quarter to watch, 9-9, and both teams just kind of playing back and forth. It's been a fast-paced game, and, one Raider has actually played really well, just come out on the court. Grace Holscher, kind of that scrappy defense for the Raiders, and Kelby Dosek back in as well for the Raiders.
Defensively, Grace Holscher is going to have to step up during Simone Putoff's absence to give Reese Gubo give her a break, because Reese is too good offensively that we can't let her get tired.
Gubo misses the long three-pointer. It's going to stay with the Raiders. Raiders led briefly in the ball game 5-4. And Holscher was our player of the game Saturday against Houston. Had a very nice game. Ball's inbounded to Borchers. Ball inside to Holscher. Holscher against Hagar. Going to turn the basketball over.
Would that be a travel?
Yeah, I thought a travel had been called, but only one foul's been called so far in the ball game.
That's good.
They're letting them play.
Well, when Tri-Village is playing a zone, there's not much. Their hands aren't really moving that much other than trying to swipe a ball here or there. unlike the Raiders, sometimes can get into foul trouble when they start trapping.
Patriots going to bring out that zone pressure. Borchers with the basketball. Borchers going to take it herself right over Hagar. Just missed. Sagaster pulls down the rebound. Holscher going to be on Sagaster. Hagar with the basketball.
Nice
and
move.
It goes right around Kate Sherman. Kennedy Hagar, a 6'3" freshman. And Holscher's job, like I said, is going to be pretty much to harass Sagaster. Might say, use up your fouls, be aggressive, rattle her a bit.
Oh, she'll use them. She don't have any problem using her fouls.
This lanky Tri-Village defense. It goes over Borchers. Long three off the iron. Just missed. Ball out to Holscher. She takes a deep two off the iron, follows her shot, and she's fouled by Bella Black, or actually Tori Richards with the foul. That'll be the first team foul on the Patriots.
Grace just has to give some of the starters a minute or two. Let them get their breath, get a drink of water, and back in the game.
And Reese Scubo, Ronnie pulling to the bench, Maya Mon and Kate Sherman back in the ball game. I've been very impressed with the play of Holscher. She played JV last year as a junior, but she's done a really nice job off the bench for the Raiders, providing a little spark. Dosek with the basketball. Back out to Monin. Back out to Borchers.
Unfortunately, I believe girls basketball is going to more zone. That's what we're going to see because of numbers.
Yeah.
You know, we're seeing a lot of schools that don't have JV, and
yeah, it's Sherman. You're right. You want to avoid the foul trouble. Sherman misses a high percentage shot. And look at the way Holscher's face guarding Sagaster, not giving her an open shot. Open shot there for Bella Black. And that's going to be a foul on Riley Sagaster. And that's Holscher there creating that again, just singing her praises again. And, and exactly,
she's just going to aggravate her. She's just going to aggravate her, and that's what. And Riley Sagaster is the type of player though that can control her emotions. Yeah. It might aggravate her for a bit. She'll take a deep breath, collect herself, and then. But we hope for Raider fans that doesn't happen.
Borchers might have got away with a little contact. Did Tri-Village? They get the rebound. Hagar going to try to get a high ball screen for Sagaster in the lane. The Raiders cut her off and turn the basketball over.
There's that wingspan right there, Brandon.
Yeah. Borchers to the basket. Ball goes to Holscher. She takes the deep two off the iron. Raiders struggling to hit those open shots that were so easy on Saturday.
And they're down 2 points.
Yeah. Sagaster scoop shot in the lane. It's no good. Dosek with the rebound. And Bella Black gets a big steal, or Tori Richards, in the backcourt. Sagaster wide open for three. Off the iron. It's no good. Raiders got to push it quickly. 4 seconds left. Sherman gets it. Got to get a shot off at the horn. They won't be able to. 8 minutes of play here at the Claire. It is 11-9 Tri-Village after 1 quarter of play. We'll take a break. Come back with the second quarter of action here next on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
Welcome back here on NKTelco Sports. 11-9, the Tri-Village Patriots ahead of the Russia Raiders. And take a look at that first quarter, Tanya. The game's lived up to the billing in the early going.
This is a track meet, and this is fun. You know, we want to see up and down basketball. The days of 30, we might still see 40 points, 45 points. But the day of going down and just setting up an offense and running it is boring. Let's see some run and gun. Let's go.
And Jayla Shappy in the ballgame for the Raiders. The Raiders bring a little pressure, and Sagaster got away with a clear walk. not called by the official. And the Patriots missed the shot in the lane. And Hagar gets a really bad foul, 84 feet away from the basket.
That was not a good decision. Yeah.
Trying to get a play that really probably riles up your team.
Well, and you're aggravated.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a frustration foul right there, and they're allowed. They're 14 through 18 years old. They're allowed to make those kind of mistakes.
That's a good way in putting it. They're 14, 18-year-old kids, and you get frustrated. Jayla Shappy in the lineup for the Raiders. Raiders go corner to corner. Monin, deep three, cannot connect. Black gets the rebound, but it hits the baseline, will stay with the home team. Raiders just struggling to hit those open shots. Like I said, they fell Saturday. They're not falling right now. They're not really falling for the Patriots either.
Right.
Raiders get it into Sherman. Sherman blocked by the 6'3" Hagar on the inside. Sagaster with the basketball. And Sagaster gets right around Shappy in the corner. Three ball is good for number 11, Sydney DeLong. 14-9, Tri-Village. Raiders needing something here offensively in a standstill. 2-3 zone here for Tri-Village, and they get a turnover. Tri-Village has got something going. They got a three open for Bella Black. Shot's no good. Hagar going to get it to a wide open Black. Just misses it. Hagar on the inside is fouled. And we'll see if it... See, they're setting up. I believe they're shooting free throws. And she is. That's the second team foul against the Raiders. Hagar, free throw is good. She's got 5 on the night. CeCe Borcher's back in for the Raiders. Again, the Raiders just need to hit some shots offensively. You're just missing some wide open shots, and Tri-Village has got a 7-point lead. 6 points for Kennedy Hagar, the freshman.
There's not a ton of turnovers. It's a pretty clean game. It's really just missing shots.
Sherman gets the shot to not fall. She goes after it and cannot corral it, so it'll be Tri-Village basketball. Coach Brad Gray giving instructions, over 300 wins in his career. This team's been in the regional finals 2 years in a row, but has fell in that game. Tri-Village is probably a preseason favorite in the Southwest District by a lot of people. And Sagaster wide open, and she's missed quite a few of those, but she's going to get them to fall eventually, and she does there. It's a 19-9 Tri-Village lead. Coach Paul Bremichen wants a timeout. All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. We'd like to use this to thank our sponsors here on NKTelco. They are Burke Petroleum, Chilchex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securcom, and the St. Henry Bank. Keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. First National Bank is our scoreboard sponsor. Timeout sponsors Precision Strip. Starting lineup is Emerson Copeland. Our Russia Live View sponsor is the Jewelry Barn, and our player of the game, which Tanya and I will select at the end of the game from Russia, is sponsored by NKTelco. So coming out of that Precision Strip timeout, it was just 11-9 a moment ago. It's turned into an 8-0 Tri-Village run, and if these Raiders don't heat up, you could about kiss this game goodbye early on, Tanya.
Absolutely. The last couple scenarios on defense for the Raiders, they let Riley Sagaster get loose and didn't know where she was. As you can see, we got Grace Holscher coming back in. So Grace is back to do her job. And I'm not so sure you won't see number 12, Lacey Filippo, who's a junior, who does see JV time, maybe come in and play some, because she can wreak some havoc on some people as well.
And again, it's not about shutting down. When you have a player of Sagaster's caliber, it's not about shutting them down. It's about containing them.
Absolutely.
And because it's hard in Division IV basketball to shut a player down like that.
Right.
It's trying to contain them. And they get a nice down to Hagar, but Hagar gets another block. The 6'3" freshman. Ooh, and I don't know, she might go with maybe a moving streak. She's wide open on the block, and she gets her 8th point of the night. And it's a 21-9 Tri-Village lead and a 10-0 run for the Patriots.
You know, Black's 5'10", and when she has someone, she's not doubled on it, and she can see that easily. That's the advantage that she has of being a bigger guard, that she can see over the top of defenders, too.
Raiders get the ball over to Holscher. Holscher with the basketball in the corner over to Poling. Poling in the corner to Borchers. Raiders need this shot to fall bad, and they get it. CC Borchers with the 3, and the Raiders back within 9.
Right now the Raiders have Reese Gubo in a situation where she's not really open. She's up on the, she's up top where the maybe the 1-3-1 is. It's what it looks like to me that they're playing at this moment.
And the Raiders,
and she's not getting any open looks. And that's something that they need to make an adjustment.
And Hagar just getting in the passing lanes. Kind of replaced Maddie Downing, a player that Tri-Village lost from last year, who's playing at Eastern Tennessee State at another Division I college. Maya Monin in the lineup, and out goes Grace Holscher. So the Raiders with their original starting 5. But from East Tennessee State and replace that, when you replace another 6'1" with another 6'3" girl, you don't see that very often in high school girls basketball.
Yeah. My daughters are mad at me because I didn't give them that height. We had that conversation at Thanksgiving.
Poling misses a point-blank shot, and that's just the way it's been going for the Raiders offensively tonight.
I don't feel like defensively. You know what? I'd make her shoot that again.
Yeah.
Keep doing that. You can't come out and guard that all night. You just can't.
And she hits the 3, and the Tri-Village Patriots lead up to 12. And Sherman with the jump shot from 18 feet. Patriots quickly up ahead, want this track meet. On the inside, Patriots moving it around, slowly being up 10, knowing they can try to dissect this Raider defense. Bella Black from 3, it's no good. Hit off Hagar, it'll be Raider basketball. Again, Patriots just getting open shots now, stuff that they weren't getting in the first quarter. Now they're getting those open looks.
You watch the transition of helping off on defense, and in that scenario right there, the Raiders had girls walking back to their position. They weren't hustling back to the position. It's, are they tired? Is that girl tired? Does she need a break? Or is that emotionally, we're down a little bit? You get that way. It's hard not to. Again, we talk about them being 14 and 18-year-old kids. That's easy to do.
Shot
it's
short.
A nice pass by Reese
Not shot short, but Kelby Dosek there. Fortunately for the Raiders there to clean it up. Raiders back within 8. It's 24-16 now on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Patriots ahead, and we got a timeout.
That's an assist, Brandon.
Yeah, it is. I guess if you want to say it's a 30-second timeout.
Real quick, we have to say hello to Coach Bremagen's son, Corey, I think listening or watching from the confines of some warm weather. So, Corey, bring some back with you, please.
And speaking of Coach Paul Bremagen, 30 years at Russia. His last game that he coached for the boys was in 2015 against Tri-Village, actually. That year, Tri-Village went on to win the state title.
That was
in
a good
2015.
Tri-Village team.
Very good.
They can screen and get off screens. There was almost like there was no plays that they ran. It was screen and move, and that was a fantastic team.
And Riley Sagaster's dad was the coach of that team. Josh Sagaster, the superintendent over at Tri-Village, that team, the first team in Division IV history to go 30-0, and they beat Winchester Harvest Prep.
Is to outshoot her dad distance-wise, because of what I understand, when he played in high school, he shot the long ball too. Like he was, got that information from my brother-in-law. Just contain is what the Raiders need to do right here.
Exactly. Sagaster just got to get rid of that basketball.
Fancy.
Finds Richards. Richards kind of that third
defense.
Third fiddle of seniors. Borchers out ahead of the pack, going up against Bella Black, and one. CC Borchers has got the Raiders back within striking distance.
Sometimes the more simple things are, the better they go. If you play a good, solid defense like they did right there, they weren't scrambling to get back somewhere. They just played good, solid defense.
Borchers dips the knees, fires, and hits it. She's got 6 on the night, 24-19. Patriots on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. One team going to be going home with their first loss of the season as Jayla Shappy's in for the Raiders. And Borchers nearly fouled. She might have got away with one. Sagaster up against Mon. She's seen a variety of Raider defenders, and their Dosek's going to be called on the reach. And the Raiders, they have height, more than most high school girls teams, but they've struggled really with the freshman Hagar's 6'3" frame tonight and struggling to contain that.
And that scenario right there, Kelby Dosek just needed to take one step to her right, so when she went after the ball, she could get between the man and the ball. She was straight behind her.
Great defense there by Dosek to cut off the baseline. Gubo weaves in and out next to Sagaster. Borchers on the inside, jump shot, rattles in and out. And this did not get the friendly tip of the rim there.
She's had all 6 in this quarter, correct?
Yeah.
I don't think she scored in the first half.
Yeah. Sagaster, again, just seeing a variety of Raider defenders. Again, both teams without some key injuries. Tri-Village without Morgan Hunt. The Raiders without Simone Putoff, Carly Scott. Black on the inside. Black loses the basketball, and Tri-Village will keep it as it's tipped out of bounds by the Raiders, and Kate Sherman back in the lineup.
If they can get that dribble penetration there, Reese Gubo's standing in the middle of the lane, and she's trying to guard the 2 girls in the corner who have both hit outside shots, and that's a tough job to do.
And one thing we haven't really talked about, with not a lot of fouls being called, you want to eat into that Tri-Village depth because you don't know if it's there, but you haven't had too many fouls called. So that's hurt the Raiders, I think. In the corner, three-pointer is drilled home there by Sydney DeLong, who has 6 points.
I think she had some words from some fellas down there.
And she did, and they have 8 points. Or an 8-point lead.
She didn't have to say nothing. She showed them.
Exactly. Sherman, jump shot, gets it to fall. She gets some of those points back on that possession.
That's not where I thought she'd be getting her scoring from.
No, not at all. In 27-21, Sagaster against Jayla Shappy. And Raiders want a 5-second count. Hagar on the inside. Hagar shot wild. Richard stepped on the line. It'll be Raider basketball. Yeah, and she did get away with a 5-second count. She'd hold on to that ball for a long time.
When Kate Sherman's guarding her, because of Kate's size, she has the opportunity to stay behind her and just go straight up and move with her. Hagar isn't the quickest of forwards that there is out there at this point in her high school career. Not that that's not going to get faster, but Kate Sherman, because of her height, has the opportunity to stay behind and get a hand up.
Raiders run a flare screen. Try to get the ball to Borchers on a post-up. That foul going to go against Tori Richards. And it'll be the 15th foul on the Patriots.
The low fouls, though, I believe go in the favor of the Raiders because I don't know. Again, I agree. They might want to test this a little bit.
Yeah. And Emma Cantrell going to come in the lineup for Richards. Only a minute to go till halftime. Sherman, scoop shot. Just kind of an ugly-looking shot. Tri-Village might carry this into halftime. We'll see. Sagaster has other ideas. Quick to the basket. Shot no good. Hagar going to foul from behind. That'll be her second. And again, it's being a freshman, like you said, being a 14, 15-year-old freshman and just kind of spur of the moment, get a foul, and quickly he's going to sub out.
This has given her the opportunity to feel a tournament emotions.
Yeah.
Because she is only a freshman, so that's hard. And they have some key games coming up where I think they travel to the Classic in the Country around Martin Luther King Day weekend and play some bigger competition there. Brad has ramped up their schedule like he has the last couple years.
Monin, 3. Good if it goes, and it's no good. On the inside, there's going to be a jump ball. Arrow favors the Raiders. So 14.9 seconds. Kristen Wilcox in the lineup. But this is the point where you got to push it, get a big basket here without Richards and Hagar on the floor. I think it's got to be something on the inside with the Raiders with a clear size advantage.
They only go 2 deep.
Yeah. Raiders going to kick it out. Gubo. And got it. Reese Gubo, huge bucket here. Tri-Village can get 2 for 1. They have the arrow favoring them before half. Sagaster quickly in the lane. Shot. No good. Sherman with the rebound. Raiders not going, they will not get a shot off before the halftime break. but Reese Gubo with a huge three that puts the Raiders within 3 going into the halftime break. It's 27-24, Tri-Village over Russia. We'll be back in about 8 minutes with our first half stats and recap here next on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here.
Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Back here on NKTelco Sports, getting ready for the second half of action between Russia and Tri-Village. And again, this game has lived up to the billing. It's 27-24. Tri-Village at the half, and here with some first half numbers, Tanya Hammonds.
For the Raiders, we have Kate Sherman with 8 points, Reese Gubo with 3, Ronnie Poling with 2, Cece Borchers with 9, Kelby Dosek with 2. For the Patriots, we have Black with 4, Hager with 8, Sagaster with 9, and DeLong with 6.
And, after one quarter, it was 11-9 and 27-24. Now it was 21-9 at one point. Tri-Village was up 9, and it kind of looked like they might run away with it, but the Raiders with a nice, really punch back right before the half and being down 12 and now cutting it down to 3. So a huge 3-point bucket by Reese Gubo to go into the break.
When you shoot bad, you look bad, and there's no other way around it. The turnovers have been minimal. There hasn't been a ton, in my opinion. The Raiders did a great job defensively containing the Patriots the last half of that quarter. So let's see what happens here, and it's going to be another great half. So, again, this is tournament basketball at its best, just early in December.
Yeah, and really, we were talking off air for the Raiders particularly. They were cold shooting, and Tri-Village had gone cold shooting at times. But it's like we talked off the air. You can game plan so much. It just comes down to simple one word, execution.
Right. Everything is about execution. And the other team can know, and I'm 100% sure that Tri-Village knows exactly what Russia's going to do, because Brad Gray is going to make sure that they know what's happening. But again, it's how you execute. And if the Raiders can execute, they'll come across with the victory.
Trying to get the ball into Hagar right away. That's kind of a different way. Hagar really just scored those wide open shots in the first half. They didn't really feed her the ball in the post.
Right. The last possession, or the 2 possessions to go in that quarter, she had to make a move, and Kate Sherman did a great job just staying behind her and playing defense, and it made it a little difficult for her because Kate Sherman's 6'1", so she probably doesn't see that kind of height against her throughout their conference schedule.
Raiders going to double Sagaster there for the moment. Bella Black gets the ball in the corner. It's Sydney DeLong. She had a couple threes in the first half. Borchers up ahead, running the break, goes to her right side. Wild shot, no good. Kicks out in the corner to Gubo. And Tri-Village will stay in the zone. They're not going to change their defense in the first half. Raiders going to be patient. Tri-Village active with that zone. Gubo Right in the corner to Sherman. She'll take a long two. Shot will be no good. It'll tip off. It'll look like that maybe tipped off of Black. They get a fortunate call there. An official probably wasn't in the best position to see that either.
Right. Putting Reese Gubo on the left side and Cece in a corner will get them more looks. Mayamon intended to be in the spot where Reese was earlier in that second quarter, where there was somebody there on her and she couldn't get free.
Raiders going to bring pressure. Sagaster with the basketball. They try to get it down low to Hagar, and she gets it. Mayamon so close to tipping it.
That was truly just, Maya's not as tall as that girl was.
And Raiders kind of that last possession. Sherman shot that ball. She was about right behind the three-point line. It's about to the point where Reese Gubo shoots a three. It looks good, is good. And I've seen her over the years shoot a lot of shots in this gym, and a lot of them look just like that.
That was beautiful.
Textbook spin there by Reese Gubo. Gubo with the steal, up ahead to Sherman. Sherman shot fake, and we're tied at 29 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
The only thing I see there is doubling on Sagaster. She's going to figure it out pretty quick. And that's not going to happen. You're not going to see that happen again, probably, that turnover.
And again, I don't know what the Raiders are saying. Let's let Hagar beat us and not let Sagaster beat you. But Hagar with 10 points now. They almost tipped that ball away from Hagar.
Right.
But if Mon was about 2 inches taller, she could have tipped that and got it.
That was truly about height. And this right there, luckily Ronnie Pulling got out to cover Black.
Bella Black's had a nice game in support.
She's dangerous in a corner.
She is. Her, Cindy DeLong, Tori Richards. Without Morgan Hunt tonight, this is a very talented Tri-Village team. Black going to be fouled on the floor. It'll be the second team foul against the Raiders. Like we said, not many fouls called in that first half. Again,
no.
The depth probably favors the Raiders, and Tri-Village,
it does, but Tri-Village isn't doing anything other than sitting back in the zone and putting their hands up. They're not trying to
foul,
to trap and get some steals and do different things, and that keeps your fouls low.
Sagaster's close to extending that hand out, and the Raiders get a tip and they get a steal. Raiders up ahead. Sherman on the right side. She puts it in, and the Raiders with their first lead since the first quarter. Coach Brad Gray wants a timeout, and 31-29 will step aside here. Precision Strip timeout on NKTelco Sports.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Back here on NKTelco Sports, what was 21-9, a 12-point Tri-Village lead is now a 31-29 Raider lead. And we said the Raiders are kind of gambling on defense, but the gamble sometimes pays off.
Correct, and they're sporadic. They can make runs. And just like anything else, when you shoot well and you can make a run and they're getting their hands on some balls, it's a whole different ball game.
Again, tournament atmosphere, a great crowd on tonight for a Tuesday night. Sagaster weaves her way around the defense to the basket, and that was really good. And navigated her way to the basket. Riley Sagaster's got 11.
That's what you expect to see out of a senior with the kind of talent that Riley has. That's right there. You come out of a timeout of frustration, and you come out and score.
And Kate Sherman, let's just say it's on the floor.
Yeah.
And I believe, they're going to say it's on the floor.
Her first.
And Sherman was thinking she was shooting free throws. They're going to say it's on the floor.
I would say let's go shoot free throws and then make them tell you no.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt.
No.
But that's going to be it says the first team foul on the board against Tri-Village. Borchers trying to go physical against Richards. Kisses it off the glass. CC Borchers with 8 points. Raiders with a 33-31 lead on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
the physicality that CC showed there.
And there's an over and back on Sagaster. And I think she's a little flustered out there. The Raiders showing some different pressures at her now. Kelby Dosek in the lineup right now. Again, Raiders running in bodies right now. And this game's lived up to the billing.
And a great coach always told me that you want to be in better shape than your opponent. So in the fourth quarter, you have it ready to go. And that's what Coach Bremingen is doing right here, is making sure that his players are ready to go in the fourth quarter by subbing and making a good adjustment there.
Teardrop no good. Borchers follows up and gets it to roll home. CC Borchers, nice job of following her shot. Raiders with their largest lead of the night. Raiders foul, and that's going to go against Gubo. You get around, and that's the gamble you take. You're going to risk taking those fouls too, Tanya.
Well, and they're still in good shape. That was on Kate Sherman, which is now her second. But the Raiders, that's the only player that has 2 fouls at this point. So there's no foul trouble on either side.
And I think they're bringing in Grace Holscher here, the next dead ball.
The Havoc is coming in next.
And she walked. And really, Sagaster frustrated now. As really, Tri-Village can't set up an offense right now.
No, the Raiders are here comes the Havoc, but the entire Raider defense is creating havoc right now. And luckily, they're containing the Havoc, so nobody's getting through and being able to score on just an open shot.
Flare screen for Borchers. She kicks it back out to Grace Holscher, and she traveled. And she moved that pivot foot, gave it right back to the Patriots. Again, like I said, the both teams had, really that first half took care of the ball. It's been a little bit of a struggle for Tri-Village this third quarter. Oh. And that should go against Sagaster. Oh, I don't know how she did not get called for a push-off there. She clearly hooked her hand around.
I believe she did. However, I think prior to that, Grace was playing her blanket cover-up for the night and was kind of hanging on her, trying to create that.
And there.
Oh.
It's going to stay with the Patriots. And Sagaster going to take the ball out on the Raiders' S on the baseline.
Do you think these officials came tonight thinking this is a girls' basketball game? It's going to be easy.
And that's going to be an offensive foul against Riley Sagaster. She threw Holscher to the ground.
That was a pure frustration foul. She literally took her arm and threw her to the ground.
That was Friday Night SmackDown. I think Monday Night Raw was last night.
Nikki Bella live.
And Sagaster frustrated. That is only her second foul. Raiders with the momentum. Sherman wants to give it to Dosek on the inside. Raiders going to move the basketball around. Holscher with the basketball. Holscher dribbles to her right side. Holscher gives it on the inside. Sherman trying to get around the 6'3" Hagar. Up and good. Kate Sherman with a very nice ball game tonight for the Raiders.
That was a great move.
37-31 Raiders. Precision strip timeout. We'd like to use this to thank our sponsors here tonight on NKTelco. Our sponsors are Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Park National Bank, SecureCom, and the St. Henry Bank. We'd also like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replay of this game Friday, December 16th at 5 p.m. and Sunday, December 18th at 7 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. So, Brandon Coverman here along with Tanya Hammonds. Like we said, this game's lived up to the billing. At one point, it was 21-9. Tri-Village ahead, but ever since, the Raiders have really just hit turbo mode, and it's been a 28-10 run. And And it's been a great one.
And I only noticed this the last possession that the Raiders have, that Tri-Village went to a man. So there's where we saw the ability for Kate Sherman to get an open look. They spread things out a little bit. She had an open look to be able to make a move and score underneath. She has had a fantastic game with 14 points, inside and outside.
Tori Richards with the basketball. They get it over to Sagaster, and she loses it. Raiders up ahead. Reese Gubo, 2-on-1 break, dishes it to Cece Borchers, loses it. Up ahead, shot no good. Dosek going to try to go up, and she goes up, misses the point-blank shot. A blown opportunity for the Raiders. Sagaster will walk it up, 2.5 to go here in the third quarter, 37-31. Sagaster trying to get underneath, and Holscher will foul. It's going to be the 5th Raider team foul. And that's something, too, you talk about the fouls. It's not going the Raiders' way right now. You don't want to put these Patriots at the free throw line. Sagaster, a very good free throw shooter.
No, we want the clock to keep – the Raiders want the clock to keep moving. If they score when it's moving, that's okay. But we don't want the clock stopped at this point. Good foul, I guess, for Grace Holscher.
Yeah. And the Raiders going to put in Jayla Shappy to give Grace Holscher that breather. Holscher just playing that, she and Sagaster rare 0 of 2 from the line.
Maybe she shoots these this way all the time, but she was flat-footed and didn't use her legs. Maybe that's the scenario, but it didn't look like she was. There wasn't much effort in that, your routine. Maybe that's her routine, and I missed it, but it just didn't look like it.
And she's over and back. The Tri-Village Patriots have done it twice this quarter, have stepped over the half-court line as the Raiders with a 39-31 lead on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Ronnie Poling going to come in the lineup for the Raiders. Borchers will get the ball in backcourt. She'll slowly walk the ball up the timeline. Borchers giving out the instructions. Paul Bremagen, if the Raiders can hold on tonight, will win 498 in his career. The shot is blocked, but there was a body contact with Tori Richards. Clean block, but the body contact causes the foul.
In that scenario there, Poling has to recognize there was nobody within 4 or 5 feet of her.
Yeah.
If she can just turn, and that was a wide open elbow jump shot for her.
And Tri-Village has gone back to playing man-to-man, too. We really hadn't talked about that right there. But Borchers sinks the foul shot. Borchers up to 13 points. Borchers trying to give the Raiders a double-digit lead, which if you tuned in the middle of the second quarter would have felt blown both of our minds.
I probably would have turned it off. I'd have been like, I'm not watching this.
But still a long way to go in this ball game.
I'm glad you all stayed with us.
41-31. Raiders ahead. Shot good on the inside by Tori Richards. Tori Richards getting her first points of the night for the senior who's played all 4 years on varsity for Coach Brad Gray. Raiders get the ball out to Jayla Shappy. Shappy guarded by Sagaster on the inside to Dosek. Dosek trying to get around Bella Black. Kisses it off the glass. Kelby Dosek with her second basket of the night. Sagaster on the exchange. Over to DeLong, back over to Richards, who almost pushed off. Sagaster, deep three, clanks off the iron. Black races to get it, and it stays in the Patriots' hands.
Good hustle.
Richards getting around, wide open Sagaster. Sagaster cannot get it to rattle home. That's off the Patriots. It'll be Raider basketball. And you can see the clear frustration on Sagaster's face right now.
A rowdy crowd tonight, Brandon.
Very rowdy.
It's fun.
Hagar gets away with a foul, and they're going to call a foul on Poling. That's the 6th Raider team foul. That's one, thing for the Raiders is you don't want fouls to give to go in the fourth quarter. You got to play cleaner defense.
Right.
That's the gamble that we talked about that you take as the Raiders bring back Gubo and Sherman in.
They're one away from going in a bonus, and like we said, we don't want the Patriots at the line shooting with no time running off the clock.
39 seconds left. Let's see if the Patriots just hold for last shot. DeLong on the inside. DeLong gets swatted by Sherman. Black steps through, and they got to travel. They got to travel before the foul. And
Sherman better be thanking the Mr. referee on the other
Yeah.
side there.
You think
She was going to pick up her third going into the fourth quarter.
Patriots pick up pressure here. Little zone pressure from the Patriots. Raiders get it across the timeline. Gubo stops. Shappy wide open. 18-footer clinks off the iron, and it's going to be Patriot basketball. If you're the Raiders there, you want to hold for that last shot because you got the arrow going in the fourth quarter with a 10-point lead.
Absolutely.
Try to stick the knife through the chest of the Patriots.
Absolutely.
Big momentum possession here for Tri-Village and Brad Gray's squad. Left side, it's DeLong. On the inside, it's picked off Poling. Raiders have limited time to get it up the floor. Gubo getting up the floor. Gubo's got to stop. Pop, fire a three at the horn.
Good shot.
Off the mark. But
That was a good shot.
Yeah.
She did the right thing.
Nonetheless, the Raiders get a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter, 43-33.
Wow.
We'll step aside and take a break. Come back for the fourth quarter of action. You're next on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Back here, beginning of fourth quarter of action here at the Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium. It's a 43-33 Russia lead over the Tri-Village Patriots. Brandon Coverman and Tanya Hammonds giving you the action here. And the Raiders, that third quarter, Tanya, 19-6, outscoring the Patriots.
The lid came off the basket that quarter.
Yeah, Raiders hit some shots and pulled ahead. Raiders starting five is going to be Holscher, Sherman, Gubo, Poling, and Monin. For Tri-Village, it's Hagar, Sagaster, DeLong, and Black. And Sherman
Nice
to the
move.
basket. And, just left two on the floor, and that's a Raider foul. Tri-Village is going to be shooting free throws. That's a big swing of momentum right there that you need if you're Tri-Village, though.
Right. That was a great move by Kate Sherman.
Yeah.
They just got to finish.
It's a very athletic play for someone that
Absolutely.
stands at 6'1".
Absolutely. Normally she'll give a head fake, make the defense commit, and then go around. In that scenario, she just went around her, and Hagar just kind of just stood there and watched.
Yeah. Again, and she's a 6'3" freshman playing varsity. And it's learning those learning experiences where you're trying to learn playing in a big ball game. And Hagar hits the first free throw. She's got 11 on the night. 7 fouls against the Raiders, only 3 against the Patriots.
But now that the Patriots are playing man, maybe we're going to see the foul situation pick up a little bit. But they haven't been that active in it. Now they're in a 3/4 away,
Yeah, 3/4 court pressure. Monin, wide open, shots no good. And that's what Tri-Village wants. They want quick possessions and you to take those shots and gamble a little bit on defense. Because they want to shoot their way back in this ball game. And Sagaster in a double team has got a 5-second count against her.
That was a great trap. They didn't look like they penetrated her area. I was kind of surprised they didn't call an elbow.
Yeah.
The elbow was kind of in this area. If she would have went a little higher, I think they would have called it. But she was starting
kept it low.
She was starting to getting close to that line where they're going to call it.
But like you said, she kept it low. If she brings it up near the face, it's a little more visible for the official to see. It's not as visible when it's right around your rib cage.
It hurts when it's right there, but it.
But that's basketball. You like to be physical. Raiders got to figure out this pressure from the Patriots. They hold an 8-point lead with 7
now
minutes
they're in
to
a zone.
go.
They're back to a zone here a little bit.
The Raiders can be patient with it.
That was kind of strange.
They missed the shot, wide open by Holscher.
They weren't in a matchup zone, but their rotation kind of looked like it was. Just have to watch that again.
Again, if you're the Raiders, you don't want to go back to that first quarter, second half of the first quarter shooting. That's going to get Tri-Village back in this game. Sagaster could have took an open shot in the lane. She
was
passed
wide
up
open.
on it. That's going to be a foul against Holscher.
But she had her back turned the basket, so I'm not sure she knew exactly how far she was. But so she was so deep in there. Do you go back to just playing straight man and take off the pressure a little bit? The pressure is the gamble, and they've gotten some steals. But however, now we're getting into some foul situations where the Raiders are only up 8, and you don't want to put them, they could cut it to 6
constantly.
right here.
Yeah. And again, Sagaster missed 2 free throws earlier. You're not going to get that to happen very often.
You're not going to get that very often.
You're not going to get gifted that. She's a really good free throw shooter. She hits the first one with a dozen points now, make it a baker's dozen at 13. And now Tri-Village back within 6 with 6.5 to go here. The Raiders yet to score in the fourth quarter. Sherman trying to change that wraparound pass to Pulling, and it hits home. Ronnie Pulling with her 4th point tonight.
Since the Sydney game, I don't know that Pulling's had another big game like she did there. I think she had 13 or 14 there. She hasn't had that breakout game again. And that was a good Sydney team, which Tri-Village will face
on New Year's Eve.
On New Year's Eve. I think I'm going to go to that, actually.
That'll be a very good game. That's a game you can catch here on NKTelco as well. The Raiders are struggling now. Sagaster's been able to penetrate in the lane a little better away from her typical 3-point shooting. Monin, post-entry pass, over to Pulling. Power move!
I don't know that they can guard Ronnie Pulling without having Hager on her.
And Ronnie Pulling out a sibling by Larissa that had that same move to the basket that could kiss it off the glass as good as anyone. 47-39. DeLong in the corner. Shot no good. Pulling gets the board for the Raiders. Raiders leaking out ahead, could have a fast break. Gubo shoots in and out. Hagar with the rebound. I think it's just her size naturally going up there.
I believe if Pulling would have boxed out in that scenario, that would have been a foul.
Should be Tri-Village basketball, and it is.
Right.
As Sagaster pulled up in transition. I think she's just feeling herself there after getting a few layups, just mixing it up.
Let's face it, she's the leader on the team.
Yeah.
And to get some emotion and push some things, hit a basket, and then maybe you'll take your team with you.
And the crowd, and you're playing in a hostile environment here tonight for really a girls' basketball game. It's been difficult. Hagar gets the basketball. Sherman's got to be careful, not foul, away from the basket. DeLong up to Richards. Richards falls down. No travel called. Back to Sagaster. Sagaster, scoop shot, good. And Riley Sagaster says, I'm taking over this game to try to get us a win and stay undefeated. Sherman with the basketball, gives it out to Borchers.
Let's go a little 4 corners, Brandon.
We'll see here. Let's see.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't know.
But that's what you feel like. Let's take our time.
Sherman fouled by Hagar, and that's her 3rd. She got a little skin with the basketball.
Nothing more than you like to see as a Raider. You like to see the frustration on that girl's face when she fouled there. That was, again, we saw with Sagaster where she gets frustrated. That's what the Raiders need at this point in the game.
Sherman with 2 big free throws coming up here, looking to push this back to a 3-possession game, and she misses the first one. 4:32 to go, 47-41 Raiders on the First National Bank. I think first scoreboard. It was a 10-point Raider lead in the fourth quarter. 4 team fouls on Tri-Village, so they still have 2 more to give before the Raiders get in the bonus, which is a huge advantage for these Patriots, and the Raiders come away empty from the line. Big boost here for Tri-Village, as it's a huge possession you just feel offensively for the Patriots. Sagaster on the inside. Shot is no good. It's partially deflected. Gubo's got to watch Sagaster from behind, and she does. Maya Monin with the basketball. She stops, kicks it out, Pulling. She'll take the jump shot. It's too hard off the iron, and Sagaster pulls it down. She pushes up ahead to Hagar. Hagar off-balance shot, and she gets the Patriots back within 4. Timeout by Coach Paul Bremagen. It's a full timeout. All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. We'll be back here next on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
Back here out the Precision Strip timeout. Our score, Russia 47, Tri-Village 43. It was a 43-33 lead going in the fourth quarter. Tri-Village now is the advantage of in the bonus now, and Riley Sagaster is taking over this game in the lane with her dribble drive penetration.
Right. They're forcing the Raiders right now to take uncharacteristic shots, things that they don't get back to their game and make some good decisions. That's a good decision, good shot, but it just missed it.
Borchers misses the shot in the lane, which was just kind of what was happening that first and second quarter. Just missing shots like that. Over halfway through this fourth quarter, Sagaster steps back, fires a 3. It's off the iron. Hagar skies in for the rebound. Sagaster thought about the 3. Gubo guarding her tightly. 2 seniors that have played multiple years on varsity for their respective schools. Richards with the basketball, trying to get it to Hagar. It looks like they're trying to get something designed for Sagaster. They're being really patient. Bella Black with the basketball on the exchange. They're trying to get something for Sagaster. She has that basketball. They get it on the inside to Hagar, and they're going to call a foul on Sherman. And Hagar will have a 1 in bonus. That's the 3rd against Sherman. Hagar with 14 points tonight. Hagar hit 2 free throws earlier. She swishes the first. Tri-Village back within a possession now. So this change Tri-Village has been pressuring now. Now they're back within a possession. Do you keep the pressure up?
I would. I mean, they've made a run with it. Don't change things if it's working.
Tri-Village, we knew this game was far from over. And it's a 2-point game in the blink of an eye. Again, each team missing with some key injuries. Borchers on the inside, going to go against Poling. Poling against Hagar, puts it in. Ronnie Poling with 8 points now, and she's been a key Raider spark plug in the second half.
Go to. That you got to go to her right now.
Bella Black in the corner. Black, they're doubling Hagar. They're not letting her touch the ball.
That's a good one.
Black, they're face guarding Sagaster. Ball on the floor. Sagaster picks it back up, and Sherman fouls. And that was a good foul call. Sagaster will go to the line for 2. That's the 3rd against Sherman. Again, that's
called that one against Gubo, so she's going to pick up her 3rd.
Okay. All right. And Sagaster back to the line. Sagaster too hard on the first one. And again, you got a rebound here. If the ball bounces out like that, it's going to go right back in Tri-Village's hands. So 2:21 to go.
And sometimes those are little details that get missed. But if I was Tri-Village, I would stay right where they're at. Keep up the pressure. They're just making things a little different. Both teams have 2 timeouts, so there's a chance to, get your legs and get reset. Like
Raiders
right here.
Basketball and Mon and traveled. Just too nervous on that exchange there. She was afraid that the ball was going to get ripped away.
And making you do things uncharacteristically.
Sagaster can tie it up. You know, she likes to do with her patented threes, over an 1,000-point scorer already for this team. Richards to the basket, fouled on the floor, and she's going to shoot 2 free throws either way. Richards going to go to the line. Again, we said it would be a huge disservice for Tri-Village if the fouls were the other way with their depth.
Right.
But they've been able to live at that free throw line here in the fourth quarter, and Richards sinks the first one, and Tri-Village back within 2.
And this is not what we thought. I mean, this is exactly what we thought would happen.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to be down 10 points without making a run and making a game of it.
Richards hits both of them. It's a 49-48 game. Minute 54 to go. It's been a classic here in the Claire C. Naveau gym. Sherman catches the basketball. Raiders throw it away momentarily. Yes, Tri-Village with the basketball. Coach Brad Gray takes a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them. 49-48 Raiders, Tri-Village basketball. Back here next on NKTelco Sports.
We are here and here and here. Munster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Munster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Munster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Back here, NKTelco Sports, 49-48, minute 47 to go. Tri-Village basketball. It was a 10-point fourth quarter lead, but Tri-Village has crawled back in with the way of the free throw line. Grace Holscher back in for the Raiders. And she's going to guard Sagitter. Interesting with Tri-Village in the double bonus. You know she's been aggressive. Tri-Village running a weave. Sunita Long, the basketball. Wide open, Bella Black. She passes up on the three. Back to DeLong.
Great defense by Grace Holscher.
Sagister the basketball.
In that situation, though, she can't double down and go.
And Sagister going to get 2 free throws. And instead it hit her on the head on her way to the basket. And she'll get 2 and a chance to put Tri-Village on top. First free throw is good. We're tied at 49. Holscher going to exit out of the ball game. And CC Borcher's back in. A little offense and defense exchange here for Coach Bremegen's squad. Sagister gives her Patriots the lead. 20 points for her on the night. And Tri-Village going to keep the pressure up because it's been working. They get a double team in the corner. Monin up ahead. Monin's got a charging Patriot from behind. She stops. She gets the ball up, and it's stolen away by Sagister. And she scoops it in, and the Patriots are ahead by 3. Coach Bremegen wants a timeout. 52-49. Patriots ahead.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the Internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
What was a 10-point lead here on NKTelco Sports has evaporated and turned into a 3-point Tri-Village lead, 52-49. With around a minute to play here in NKTelco Sports. It's been a classic. Brandon Coverman and Tanya Hammonds here on NKTelco Sports. As we come out the timeout, we're waiting to get the official time up on the scoreboard. It's 1:01 to go. Foul situation, it's 10. The Patriots are in the double bonus. The Raiders have only 4 fouls for them, so they're still away from the bonus for a while. CC Borchers up the floor. Patriots getting some pressure to the basket. Borchers shot no good on the inside, and it's Raider basketball still.
This quarter is a scenario of the first quarter. The lid went back on the basket for the Raiders and aren't hitting anything, but Tri-Village has put great pressure on them and making them do things they don't want to do, which they weren't doing early because they didn't want to get in foul trouble. Now they're not. Now they can do those things.
Raiders with the basketball. CC Borchers gets it, 40 seconds to go. Raiders got to make a decision if they're going to go for a 2 or a 1. They try to get a flare screen to Borchers. Well covered up by the Patriots. They get it on the inside to Pulling. Power move. Shot's no good, but she'll shoot 2 free throws.
That took a little long to develop.
Yeah.
That should have been a little quicker. And
yeah.
In my opinion, the go-to right there was Pulling.
Yeah.
Let's not take a 3 now and try to let's go inch it in. Let's go and then play good defense.
Raiders have only managed 6 points this fourth quarter, and that's just been the offensive fourth quarter for the Raiders. Pulling misses. Holscher in for Maya Manin, a defense and offensive exchange. This is a big free throw for the Raiders. They have just struggled offensively this fourth quarter. And it's an empty trip for the Raiders, and it's going to hit off Pulling's knee. It's going to go the way of the Patriots. Raiders going to apply pressure. The question is, do you foul right away?
Yeah.
Still a lot of time left. They get it in Sagaster's hands. Sagaster down the sideline. Sagaster not going to give up the basketball. The Raiders going to apply some pressure. And Holscher going to use up one of those fouls. It's going to be her 4th. Bella Black will go to the line. Has a chance. All she has to do is hit 1 to give them a 2-possession lead. 52-49. Maya Manin back in the score table. She's coming in for Grace Holscher. First free throw by Black is off the mark. Maya Manin and Addison Shappy going to come in the scores table as well. You would have to assume to give some fouls. And Coach Brown's going to make sure that he has all his shooters on the floor, I think, right here is what he's thinking. Is to get all his three-point shooters a chance. Right here, as Shappy's a sharpshooter on that JV team, and Black hits 1 to give her team a 4-point lead. She's got 5 on the night. Gubo up ahead quickly. Gubo fouled, and it's not a bad foul.
Great foul.
Yeah, you got to make the Raiders reset here, and they had 2 more to give.
What the Raiders make here, regardless, they got to foul immediately. Whether if it's Sagaster or not, you've got to foul somebody to get the clock stopped.
Raiders going to try to get it open to their best 3-point shooter. They get it open to Addison Shappy. You got to get the shot off quick. Shappy going to fire up a 3. Got it! Addison Shappy with a huge 3. The JV player off the bench puts the Raiders back within 1 and gives them life. And we're going to keep it here, this precision strip timeout. Shappy just had to throw it up, and it's a 1-point ball game.
That's what she did, and she does a great job on the JV team. And that's a lot to come into this game, and I got to get it up. You got to get it up. You can't wait. There's too much time going off the clock.
And 8 seconds left. It's a full timeout. Again, all timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip here on NKTelco Sports. Brandon Coverman, Tanya Hammonds, and what's been a classic 53-52 Tri-Village with 8 seconds left has the basketball. It was a 10-point Raider lead in the fourth quarter, and it got it down to a 1-point game. And 43-33 was the score going in the fourth quarter. The Raiders, let that lead evaporate, and they make some changes. Grace Holscher back in the lineup, so pretty much got a foul right away. You have no other choice if you're the Raiders.
No. Well, and you saw Tri-Village, again, like we talked about, they were playing a zone, playing more conservative defensively until they didn't have to anymore.
Yeah.
The Raiders hit some big buckets in the second and third quarter, and then they went to a man and just changed things up a little bit. And that's what took that 10-point lead down to a 1-point or 10-point deficit to a 1-point lead.
9.2 seconds left. They got to get it in. They get it into Sagaster, and Holscher will exit the ball game. No points, but a phenomenal defensive effort by Grace Holscher. And, Grace will exit with 5 fouls, but a great game played defensively as Sagaster will get a shoot too. Kate Sherman will come in the scores table. They'll check her out right now as
Grace came in and did her job. I know she doesn't always get the time that she wants to get, but in a big game, she did her job, and I applaud the young lady.
Holscher exits to a hot hand from the Raider faithful. Just love her story. Really what she's done. Addison Shappy at the scores table. Be interesting to see who she comes in for. Is the biggest thing.
It's going to be pulling.
Sagaster misses the first free throw. Now, do you even need her in the ball game?
No.
Now you're giving up your height now. You're giving up your height. But you think if they make it, you have one timeout. No, you have no timeouts if you're the Raiders. So 7.8 seconds. Does Sagaster miss intentionally? She doesn't. She hits it. It's a timeout by Coach Brad Gray.
You can't put her in because no time came off the clock. So I don't think she can sub.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Here's the situation. 7.8 seconds left. Tri-Village 54, Russia 52. Full timeout. No timeouts for either team. So it comes down to this. If you're Coach Bremergen, what's your
Here's
draw
what
here?
I believe is going to happen. They're going to run a play where CC Borchers is I'm watching. Doesn't look like what he's playing. That's where he's playing to get the ball in. I think he's going to run a play where it's going to go in Borcher's hands, and she just let's get her to the basket and score.
You think you play for overtime and not for the win?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And that's the thing, too. You're going to say put it in your best guard. Yeah.
Because with the exception, Sherman's got 4. Nobody else has has 4 or less. They have 3 or less. I play for the tie.
Yeah. It's an interesting proposition. It's a regular. It's a non-conference game.
This game means absolutely nothing.
But
it means nothing. It's been a ball.
But it's just great basketball. 2 great teams going at it, and it's been a great game down to the wire. 7.8 seconds left. Gubo, Sherman, Borchers, Monin, Shappy on the floor for the Raiders. It's Sagaster, Black, Hagar, DeLong, and Richards on the floor for the Patriots. No timeouts for the Raiders. Borchers with the basketball. Time ticking away. She goes to the basket against Hagar, and she's fouled and will shoot 2. 2 huge free throws coming up here for CC Borchers as she's fouled by Kennedy Hagar. That's her 4th. And this is the situation the senior wants to be in. Borchers gets her first shot. Cannot connect. Raiders got to get some offense and defensive exchange. You got to miss this one intentionally then, right?
That's so hard to do, though.
Because there was only 2.4 seconds.
You can. That's your only hope, I believe.
And Borchers cannot connect. Hagar gets it. She's fouled, but it's only 1/10 of a second left, and the Tri-Village Patriots will hang on to the win. And the Patriots will advance to 7-0 on the season. 54-52. And at 1/10 of a second left, and the Patriots will hang on to the win as Maya Monin will check in for Kate Sherman, who bows out of the ball game. Great game.
This was a fantastic game.
And Kennedy Hagar will put the finishing touches. She has a 16-point performance.
And you know what? It's okay to lose.
Yeah.
And
it feeds
if you
motivation.
Want to lose, this is where you want to lose.
It feeds motivation for
and you learn a lot.
It feeds motivation for the Raiders going forward. You know, key injuries on each side.
Right.
You know, this will be a fun matchup. I'm sure we'll see these two teams again in February.
I hope so. That would be fantastic.
Hagar cans both free throws, and that's the final. 56-52 Tri-Village over Russia.
You know the best thing about this game, though, Brandon, is as we see fans start to leave the gym, girls don't get this very often. This was a fantastic, emotional game by both sides, and they got their $7 worth.
Exactly.
I mean, this is fun for these kids for this excitement, too. So obviously, as a female, we never get that stuff, and this is great. And I look forward to seeing them in February, and it'll be a lot of fun.
And taking a look at some final numbers, at some scores and some tallies, what you have up for some final points.
We have CC Borchers with 14. We have Ronnie Pulling with 8. We've got CC with 11 or 10, 17 is what I have. Kelby Dosek with 4. Reese Kubo with 6. That was a key one right there. Reese Kubo we needed to see that up in the 10, 11, 12 range. Hit some big shots there. Addison Shappy with a big 3.
Yeah.
We got to mention that 3. For Tri-Village, we had Riley Sagaster with 23, which is close to what she's averaging. You just got to try to contain everybody else. Hagar with 18. Black with 5. You had DeLong with 6. Richards with 4. Again, Sagaster is going to get her points, and she's a fantastic player, and I wish her luck at Marshall. But you got to contain. Hagar had too many. That's too many early.
Yeah,
which is uncharacteristic of the Raiders underneath.
And the Raiders 56-52 final. Again, additional sponsors is Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Park National Bank, SecureCom, and the St. Henry Bank. Our keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza, scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, Precision. Our timeout sponsors brought to you by Precision Strip. Starting lineup sponsor Emerson Copeland. Rushi Live View sponsors the Jewelry Barn, and our player of the game is brought to you by NKTelco. I'd like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can watch these replays again Friday, December 16th at 5 p.m. and Sunday, December 18th at 7 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. So before we finish off here, the Raiders, they got a long break until their next game. They have 9 days off, and they got 9 days off until they face the Anna Rockets in league play. The Tri-Village Patriots will be in action on Thursday against Conference Bo Newton. They're both undefeated in the WOAC, so it should be a good matchup there on Thursday. So the Raiders with a long layoff until their next game. And
it's going to give, I'm not so sure Cardi Scott's going to be back by then, but I think it's going to be sooner than latter of what I'm hearing. But, sometimes a break is okay because then they go a little quickly. They go Thursday, and I believe that Saturday, Coach Timmerman from New Bremen brings his Cardinals to town. And they want to revenge that loss from last year over at New Bremen. That didn't sit well with these girls.
No.
So that's going to put a little fire there. And I think they've got about 2 games, or I think there's 1 game there, leading up to the Covington Holiday Tournament in the holidays. So sometimes a little break does the body good.
So one piece of business before we leave. Name a player of the game from Rushi, sponsored by NKTelco. Going to give you the pick, Tanya. Who you want to go with from Rushi, who played the best game tonight?
To me, it was CC Borchers. Unfortunately, it didn't go the way she wanted there towards the end. But she controls a lot of things on the floor. And between her and Grace Holscher gave them a boost. She didn't score, but defensively she did her job. But to me, it was CC Borchers.
Okay, so CC Borchers, our player of the game, brought to you by NKTelco. Again, Tri-Village Patriots win a classic over the Russia Raiders, 56-52. I'd like to thank you for listening on NKTelco Sports. For Tanya Hammonds, I'm Brandon Coverman. We'll catch you here next time on NKTelco Sports.